joining us on BVTV News. I'm Autumn McLean. At BVU, cases of COVID-19 among students, staff, and faculty have significantly decreased in recent weeks. The highest number of positive cases, 46, was reported nearly 3 weeks ago. As of October 13th, BVU has reported 12 active cases. Interim President Dr. Brian Lensmeyer shares his thoughts on the progress in maintaining a low case count on campus.
Why have cases gone down? I think a big part of this has been our quarantine has been working very effectively. Our contact tracing, students have been helpful in that for the most part.
President's Life lifted visitation policy restrictions Wednesday, October 15th. As of this time, students are allowed visitors following a 1-to-1 ratio.
The big challenge was that uptick in cases we had 3 to 4 weeks ago. I mean, the numbers went up really quickly. We expected that to happen to some extent, but I really believe the visitation cutting down on that at that time and students really being diligent at that time was extremely helpful in responding.
For many students, the college experience has shifted from lively gatherings to social isolation. Joshua Wolcott reports on the impact social isolation has on mental health.
With college students attempting to live life during a global pandemic, some are having troubles adjusting to what seems like the new normal. We sat down with students and faculty and got their unique takes on what has been a very harrowing first semester. Freshman Michael Schreck offered his unique views of his first year as a college student and how COVID-19 has changed what he thought his freshman year of college would be like. After Michael was sent home a few weeks into the semester, he decided to stay remote and finish the semester online.
Going remote changed what I thought my college experience would be because, obviously I'm not on campus. I can't hang out with my friends as much as I used to be able to. And I can't go play tennis with everybody. I can't be in the band as much, but I can still do a decent amount of it from home.
Senior Director of Retention and Student Support, Mike Walker, explained how students had different hopes for their school year at Buena Vista, which changed after COVID-19 took a hold of Iowa's education.
You guys are doing great so far. We recognize the struggle and the challenge that comes with this. We're experiencing it in some ways as well, but I think students are experiencing it, I think, in a more challenging way.
Savannah Pullman, a senior at Buena Vista, shared her experiences of remote learning after being sent home for 2 weeks, with student mental health called into question. With the monotonous days of being isolated at home, Savannah explained how 14 days can feel longer and how it can lead to mental health difficulties.
It was honestly pretty tough. It was definitely different, just one, having to quarantine, but then trying to learn everything on your own through Zoom and stuff, and being away, especially like you said, during my senior year, it was pretty tough. I felt like it was only 2 weeks, but it felt like longer than that. It felt like months and stuff. And it was honestly kind of depressing, not being able to be on campus and stuff and, live that experience.
With the new challenges set before the university today, Beavers are learning to adjust to the new normal, with students and faculty alike working together to overcome the problems that we now face on a day-to-day basis. I'm Joshua Wolcott, reporting for BVTV News.
With Election Day less than a month away, we asked students on campus for their thoughts on voting this November.
I'm planning to vote in the election because I think that this election will change a lot of things and a lot of the changes are necessary.
I think it's very important for students to vote.
Why do you think it's important?
Because even if it doesn't have an impact on your life, it impacts a lot of other people's lives. So your decision has meaning.
In Storm Lake, early voting began Monday, October 5th, with an increase in early voting turnout expected across the country. Voters have the option to vote early, either by mail-in ballot or an in-person absentee ballot. The deadline to request an absentee ballot is Saturday, October 24th at 5 p.m. And now stories from the TAC, BVU's leading news organization. After nearly all Division III sporting events were postponed due to the pandemic, BVU Athletics has resumed practices and team lifting. Check out an article by Austin West and Benjamin Turman for more details. Also, the most recent forum renovations are now complete. TUFIX and the Center for Academic Excellence have new locations in the library with modern study spaces and a renovated Common Grounds coffee shop now up and running. Check out an article by Blake McMillan and more by visiting bvtac.com. With its suspension of almost all social gatherings on campus, homecoming was organized through virtual events this fall. Here's Erica Swanson with more.
I see homecoming as a celebration of BVU and what it means to be a Beaver. So it's a great way to get alumni and current students and staff and faculty in the community all involved to celebrate BVU.
Every year, alumni travel back to campus to celebrate Beaver Pride and use the opportunity to attend campus events. As those events were canceled this semester, Christy Spots, Director of Alumni Engagement, had to come up with an alternative.
We created a virtual schedule this year. Last night we had alumni trivia. So that was something completely new, and it was a small group that joined, but everybody had fun and said it would be worth doing that again next year.
Grace Myers, VP of Homecoming for SAB, was challenged with the task of planning a full week of virtual events for students both on campus and remote.
Very first night, Monday, we had caricatures, and we had people in there constantly until the end where he had to stop letting people in, and he ended up staying a little late, which was wonderful of him. So that was definitely popular. I think we had over 170 people playing bingo at its peak on Tuesday. I'd say Midnight Movies was probably one of the lower ones, but it hit back up for Nerdology, which was a lot of fun. The people running that were hilarious. We made some very fun memes, and then a lot of people tuned in for Coronation as well, just because, it's the big event of the week, and so I really enjoyed that.
Student organizations usually host Halloween-themed events on campus. Despite the obstacles of the pandemic, that tradition will continue this semester. Team Wellness and Student Senate have organized a trunk or treat event taking place on Wednesday, October 28th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. in Parking Lot B between the Rec Center and the Science Center. Students are invited to attend the event and encouraged to participate in the social media costume contest. Follow BVU Health and Wellness on Instagram for more details. Well, that's all for this episode of BVTV News. Wash your hands, wear your mask, and we'll see you next time.